Hi everyone. I made cupcakes yesterday because it was my birthday and that's fun. Also, I got this fun bow and I'm feeling very men on film, like from In Living Color, if you remember that. Three snaps in Z formation. Love that. Just real quick, something I was thinking about. Remember in the before times when we thought at a celebration it was cute to put candles or sparklers on a cake and then have the person we were celebrating blow germs all over said cake and then we all consumed it. Yeah, no. Mm-mm. We're we're not doing that anymore. So there were no candles on my cupcakes. Just a cheers to my housemates from across the room. Yeah, we're not doing that anymore. Stop doing that. It's weird. It's weird, you guys. It's weird. Why were we doing that? Ugh. If anybody knows, please let me know. I mean, it is cute, but like, it's cut. All right, let's get into it. Take 13. What's good, peacemakers? Welcome to another episode of the Piece4PeaceCrafting podcast. I'm Michael, and I will be taking you along on all of my yarny, crafty goodness and journeys. To any returning viewers, welcome back. Thank you all so much for coming back. And to anyone that's new who is checking out this podcast channel, whatever you want to call it, for the first time, welcome. I hope that you enjoy hanging out with me for a little bit while I talk about things that I'm crafting and working on. And in the process, if you do enjoy what you are seeing, be sure to do all that fun YouTube stuff, like, subscribe, ring the bell for notifications on when I will be posting future episodes. So, to my friends who are coming back, welcome back. It's been 2 weeks. It's been a good time. We're almost done with March. Here in Chicago, it's been like doing that fun, is it spring, is it still winter thing? So like maybe last weekend, it was in the 60s. It was absolutely gorgeous. It was great. I think actually the last time I filmed too, it was going to be really nice out that day. And I was like, I gotta get out. I did. I went for a nice little walk. And then like a couple days this week, it just like plummeted back to the 30s, which to me is hilarious, especially growing up here in Chicago. I'm like, oh, I know that that's going to happen. Like, in all honesty, it could snow in April, May, and I wouldn't be surprised at this point. So yeah, we're having sort of a nice day today. So that's really cool. Really excited to hopefully get out. I know a lot of us here in the States, at least. I'm not sure about other parts of the world, if you all do spring break like we do spring break. But I've been seeing on social media different people posting like, oh, it's spring break, especially if they have little ones. It's spring break for us next week. So I'm really excited about that. I will be staying at home still, not going anywhere. Which is really cool for me, just to have a little bit of downtime from work because things have been really hectic, kinda, sorta. Yeah, spring's a very interesting time for us. So super excited about spring break, hoping to get a ton of crafting done during that time. So today might be a little not as much. Famous last words. This episode is going to end up being an hour and a half long now. So I hope you stick it out to the end. yeah, so that was really cool. Celebrated my name day, birthday, solar return, whatever you want to call it. Yesterday, that was really cool. Pretty low key. It was my second COVID birthday. Those of you who aren't going to have two COVID birthdays, props to you. So this time around, it was the same as last year. Just like, oh, keep it low key. Not doing anything, not planning anything, because we're still in a pandemic. So, yeah. Yeah, it was pretty chill. It was great. It was fun to just like hang out with my housemates and get pizza, made cupcakes. Yeah, it was great. Okay, so you all, I sort of have a lot, but not a lot to talk about this episode. So, oh, I even took notes this time, you all, and I'm still like all over the place. If you would like to follow me other than here on this YouTube channel, you can find me on Instagram as Piece4PeaceCrafting, and if Ravelry is accessible to you, you can find me there as Piece4PeaceCraft. And if you love music, like a bunch of us do, you can check out the Piece4PeaceCrafting podcast playlist over on Spotify. Feel free to add a couple songs, maybe not like 15, but a few just to keep the party going. It's been really cool. People reaching out and saying like, oh, like, I'm so glad you started this playlist. Like, that's such a neat idea. I've been jamming out to it, whether at work or if they're just like around the house and stuff. And that's like, that was the point of wanting to start it, is because I love music a lot. I'm pretty sure, not pretty sure, I know other people like music too. Yeah, and just like adding to it and sharing fun songs that you may like, that you think other people might like. The playlist is all over the place, and that's another thing that I really wanted to, was just like, I don't care what music you add. Most people adding to it are all adults, so if there's a track you don't like, hit that skip button and keep it moving. All right, so I did take some notes this time because the last two episodes, I was just flying by the seat of my pants and was like, oh, I can do this. And I feel like I was missing a lot of things toward the end of it. So first thing I want to do is a couple hollerbacks. I was watching some podcasts, heard my name, had to, like, if I wasn't already watching, like, look up for my project to be like, wait, oh my gosh, they're talking about me. So first of all, the guys over at Fiber Hustle, Aaron and Chip, love them. Chip, what's good? I can't tell you how many people have messaged me or commented like, I'm here for this now. And I love that. I guess I don't realize that I say that a lot. And it's funny now that people are like saying it back to me. So I love that. I'm here for it. I'm here for it. Also, the ladies over at Sweet Pea and Chickadee, Brooke and Kimberly, thank you all so much for your fun shout out. If you haven't checked out their podcast, you definitely should. They're giving me very much high energy, quick talking. They're so fast. I'm like, oh my gosh, what's going on? What's going on? But really great to see all the projects that Kimberly is working on over there. I don't think Brooke crafts. I think I'm getting that right. She's just like the wing lady, which I love as well. It's like we want people to be into the crafting that we're doing. And lastly, Heather over at the Fourth Star Knits. I've been watching her podcast for a while. Actually, I think since it started, actually. So it's cool to see other people in Chicagoland, yeah, supporting each other. I feel like in the future, I would love to have, because there's a bunch of us like sort of Midwesty Chicago area. I just want a meetup and I want to hang out with all these fun crafters and just sit and craft and chit chat and hang out, hopefully hug each other. I think that is, when that happens, I'm not gonna say if, when that happens, it's gonna be really awesome. And I'm sure a lot of us are feeling that way. It's been however long, because what is time? I've said it before, I'll say it again. What is time? That we, haven't really been out and about with people as much as we used to in the before times. And yeah, it's happening. I can feel something's happening. We just got to stick it out a little bit longer. And when it does, we're having a craft day. All my Chicago peeps, Chicagolands, Midwest folks, we're getting together, we're hanging out. All right, so I think that's all the fun stuff to get us started. I'm gonna have a quick little sip of tea. All right, you all, so I don't even know where to start. Let's do this. So last episode, I was saying that because this is a community, we hit 1,000 subscribers, which mind blown, can't even believe. And I would do a giveaway. And so Bree from Lilith Rose Fiber Co. and Joanna from Chameleon Hand Dyed sent over, so this is Lilith Rose, this is Chameleon. They sent over these skeins to be sent out as giveaway prizes for the 1,000 subscriber giveaway, which I still can't believe. And I want to talk about this a little bit more too, because I got some more piece mail in the mail. Get ready. And so they sent these over as giveaway prizes for you all. And so last episode I said, I'm going to set up a, what's that called? A little thing in Ravelry, right? And the prompt was, what is the song that's giving you life right now? So many of you commented and added some really great things. And I think what I want to do is go through all of them, and if they're not already added in the Spotify playlist, add them all to the Spotify playlist, just because that would be fun. Because I would get notifications on my phone like, oh, someone commented, and then I'd go in and be like, oh, I love this, or oh, I hadn't heard of that. And so why not share that with more people? So these two separately are going out to 2 people. And so today, before I locked the thread, and today before my housemates stepped out to go and do some stuff, I was like, hey, you all, can you each pick a number between, what was it? I don't know, something like 2 and 46, I think. Because that's how many entries there were. I cut myself out because I was the first one, right? So it's like, oh, can you all pick just 2 numbers? Each of you pick a number. Those are the ones that I'll pick. They know nothing about Ravelry or what was going on. They were just like, oh, okay, yeah, here's a number, here's a number. So blame it on them. So the 2 winners are number 13, which I also thought was fun because this is my 13th episode. So number 13, and that is Balanced Skein on Ravelry. And their song that's giving them life right now is On Red by Lucky Day. Which I hadn't heard that song, so I was like, oh, let me go check this out. And I think they said too, like the lyrics don't really pertain to me, but it's just something that I've been jamming out to, and I feel you. There's a lot of songs that I'm like, oh, this isn't, the messaging behind it isn't me, but the beat is good, this is a bop, I'm here for it. And then the second one was number 28, and that's Knick Knack Zach. So fun because I am friends with Zach, which was really cool when I scrolled through and I was like, oh my God, this is awesome. So Knick Knack Zach, and his was, so he is, he studies classical music, I believe, as well. And his was Liquid Days by Philip Glass. So I love classical music as well. Philip and I have a love-hate relationship. He doesn't know that, but I do. But I do enjoy some Philip Glass music every now and then. So those 2 folks, I will reach out to you all on Ravelry. By the time this goes up, you will already have received an email from me. If you could just get back to me with, or if you don't check it and you see this first, just where I can send your skein to, that would be great. Just send me an Addy in an email, and I'll send those out hopefully this week. not hopefully, I'm off this week. So I will send it to you this week and hopefully you'll get it soon. So thank you to everyone who put in a song. I can't believe we're at 1,000. That's really dope that 1,000 or more of you now want to come back every 2 weeks and check out what's going on in this little corner of the world. So giveaway thing number 1. Oh, also, before I forget, let me say it now. Joanna over at Chameleon Hand-Dyed Yarns has an offer code for the podcast. So if you go to her shop and you put in Piece4Peace, all caps, I'll also have it in the description below. At checkout, I believe, you'll save 10% off your order. Now, I think that's awesome. Like I said last time, if you've already done your taxes and you want to treat yourself, because maybe you got some money back, go over, check out her shop, buy a skein. I think it would be hilarious if we all went over and we just bought everything. Just empty the shop. So funny. Maybe that's not funny for the dyer, because like that's a lot of stuff you gotta ship. Whatever. You guys, go buy things. 10% off. Check out her shop. She has some beautiful colors. I follow her on Instagram and I know that she's been dyeing up some new things, and so you should definitely see what she has going on over there. I'll put both of their shops in the description below, and yeah, maybe I'll put their Instagrams too, so you all can follow them over there as well if you have Instagram. All right, I feel like I'm being very rambly, and I haven't shown, other than those skeins, anything fun. So let's move on. All right, you all. The last episode I showed those little plant hangers that I made, just like for some plants that we put in our sunroom. I'm obsessed. I made another little covering, which I don't have to show, but it is technically an FO. It's just like, I didn't feel like taking it off of the plant and bringing it in here. Anyway, it's another little covering, but so slightly different pattern, also a free pattern. So I'll link that down below too. Just went on Yarn Inspirations, found a different one. So I was looking and I'm like, oh, I'm gonna try to do this one. I'd done one before actually, and so I wanted to do it again, but for a smaller little one. Can you, wait. Can you even? Oh, it's so cute. So what I did is I slightly modified the pattern. It's a crochet pattern. This is using just, again, some leftover Pound of Love that I had lying around. I don't know the color because it doesn't have a ball band anymore. So it's 100% acrylic, really awesome. I modified this just a little bit because this is a 4-inch pot, like the nursery pot, you know, those plastic nursery pots. Or I can take it out. A little plastic nursery pot, and it just has some fun little propagated pothos clippings in it right now. So I'm excited for this bad boy to start growing. So I made the bottom of it, I'll take this out and just show. I made the bottom of it slightly smaller, just around for the base of it. I think I cut out like 2 repeats of doing the base, and then I didn't make it as tall as the pattern says to do. And I had these little plastic rings and I just crocheted around that. And what I think I'm gonna do is, here, if I put this back in, I'm gonna just nail it into a wall so that it just sits and hangs from the wall in my bathroom. Not that you needed to know that, but I get so much light in there. I was like, oh, it'd be really cool just to have some like plants in here, and it's really humid in there. So this was really fun. So this is another, it's like my second, you're only seeing one of them, FO for this week. I'm obsessed with making these. Like, they're such quick, easy projects. And I can bang out a couple like in an hour, hour and a half. So I have a couple more that I'm probably I have some more of those little rings. Those plastic rings I think I got from Michael's too, probably. When I like crocheted some pot holders a long time ago, and I just like had them hanging like in an old apartment in my kitchen, and I still have some because you get a bunch in the package. Yeah, yeah, and I was like, oh, I can use these. This will be great. And then I'll just tack those up and it'll be good times. All right, next up, let's do a whip parade. You all, I feel like I don't want you all to get bored just seeing the same things over and over, but I do think the things that I'm working on are larger. So like I am making progress. I just hope you're not bored. So I pulled out, and if you are, just tell me, like, this is boring. Actually, don't do that. don't do that. So I picked back up my glass houses. Sorry, I don't have the pattern in here, and now I can't remember the designer's name off the top of my head. But this is a sample knit for Nancy over at Trilogy Yarns, which has been a lot of fun. So it's sharing needles with my Kinship, which I'll show too. So they're sharing needles. So like I work on the Kinship for a week, take the needles off because they're interchangeable. Take the needles off, put them on this. Worked on this for a week. So again, this is using Nancy's plush base, her fingering. Sorry, they're in this bag. And just again, if you haven't seen them, it's Trilogy Yarns. It's the plush base. It's the MCN, so 80-10-10, 80 merino, 10 cashmere, 10 nylon, and this is turquoise blue. And I believe if I have the other I think it's just silver, actually. Haha, I was right. Oh, here. This is Nancy's tag. You should definitely go and check out Trilogy. And so these are the two colors that she sent over to do the test, or not the test, do the sample knit with. Loving this. You all, so I, like I said, I started working on this again, or I switched to this project this week again. And this base is, I don't know what it is about it. It feels like it's just, I'm at a loss for words, honestly. It's so soft that I found myself just like stopping and being like, just like petting it. Like, what is this magical thing? What are these magical fibers that it is? Obviously, it's the cashmere, I would assume. Anyway, it's so soft. If you haven't tried it, please turn me off or pull up another window and go shopping. So here's my progress. I'm all tangled. Here's my progress on this. I'm gonna slide over a little bit. So the last time I showed, here's a little charm. This is actually from Nancy's shop too, this little sheep. It's so cute. So I was down there and I'm gonna peek with one eye today. And so I've done the first-ish. I think it's in sections, but I did the first little, I guess second, if you count this down here. The second little slip stitch, so it's mosaic knitting. So it's slip stitches, but I did the second bit of that pattern, got through this little break with the turquoise blue, and then started the next, sorry, I'm like, these stoppers better stop. Started the next little section up here at the top. Now, this I realized, especially when I got to this section, is not like I'm gonna sit and like have something on in the background that I like need to focus on, because I tried that. And then I had to rip back because I was just like so into what I was doing. I was like, oh yeah, I know what this, whatever, what the repeat is for this row. Honey, no, you didn't know. So I had to like go back and redo a couple times actually. But it's working up so beautiful. I love all the little pattern that it's making. And actually now that I'm seeing it on camera, I was slightly debating if I should have done the colors in the opposite. So like done the turquoise blue as the main color, which is the silver color, and then the silver as the little windows. But now that I'm seeing it on screen, like in the camera, I kind of like it like this too. What do you all think? I think it's going to be awesome either way. So since I have the week off, I'm super excited to, maybe I'll put the needles back on this and get working on that the beginning of the week just to see what happens progress wise with this. So again, this is the glass houses. I'm really enjoying it. I think I'm about 70% done. I'll be nice or modest, whatever. Conservative, that's the word I'm looking for, and say maybe 60% done with it, but either way it's going to be done very soon, I think. So I'm loving working on that. Again, a sample knit, never done that before, so it's cool to be able to like, oh, I'm going to make this and then send it out, and then or send it back to her and then she'll send it out whenever she has trunk shows and things like that. I think that's really neat. Again, this is living in my denim Beautiful Sister bag. They'll be linked below as well. I said it once, I'll say it 1,000 times. I'm obsessed with their bags. It's great. All right. Next up is, you all, I slightly debated on not showing this because if I'm being totally honest, I didn't really work on it very much. And that's my Quake shawl. Not that I didn't want to, it was just, I got stuck working on my kinship. Again, I'll show in a sec. And so this one was just like chilling, which is fine. Like that happens, right? Like we all have those projects that you're like, oh, I'm loving this, I'm loving this, I'm loving this. And then a spark happens and you cast on 12 other things. And then you're like, oh, right, I was working on this other thing. But then I decided I should just show because I did get to one row of the next color change. I won't spend too much time on it, but oh, this also is living in a Beautiful Sister bag. I'm obsessed with this print. It's so good. It is loud in a good way and just so geometric and fun. Anyway, love that bag. So I won't pull things out because you guys, I kind of don't feel like it. So this is my Quake shawl. Again, it's in Murky Depths. If you haven't been watching it, maybe this is your first time seeing it. And so, wait, let me make sure it's getting massive. And I personally think that that is so funny. Like, yes, the rows take long to go back and forth, but the schlanket size, I am really loving. Okay, so I'm gonna scrunch it up. Here's the beginning of it. That's color 1. Then it dips. We get into color 2. Oh goodness, please don't drop off the needles. And then I don't know. Oh yeah, totally, you can tell. So then the third color is this row here. And I don't remember what color it is. I'm so sorry. I'll just look. I think it's Sailor's Lagoon is the first color. Sorry, I'm digging in this bag now. Lagoon is the first color. And the second color is Brackish. Okay, yeah. And then the third color, the slight little stripe, I'll show again, is Sailors Take the Warning. And the mohair that I'm using with it is Little Miss Sunshine. So this last green color is Sailors Take the Warning. Is that what I said? So it's huge. It's giving me all the fun greeny goodness. Super springy. And I'm loving it. It's like, it's so scrunched up on here. Like, can you see? So it's making these really, oh my God, what am I doing? It's making these really dope chevrons across it. And I'm really excited. Actually pulling it out of the bag since it's been in here for like 2 weeks is really exciting me. So maybe I'll spend some time on this week too. So this is the Quake shawl. It's by Stephen West. It's gonna be massive. It's a huge blanket. Someone who is it Lisa maybe? Sorry, I don't mean to be putting people's government names out there, like, and you didn't want me to. Someone's making the scarf version of this. So in the pattern, it's written as either a scarf or as a shawl, and I'm doing the shawl, the bigger version. And I'm loving their colors that they've chosen to. I think they have some, I think she's using some green as well. Yeah, because I remember messaging her being like, oh, we're going to be twinsies with our green Quakes. So this has been really fun. Like I said, I didn't get much work done on it, but it's all good. More work will be done on it soon. Okay, last thing. Oh, sorry, I just clapped. I hope that wasn't too loud for you all. Last thing that I've been working on, Whip Parade, is my kinship. So, for those that don't know, I'm doing the kinship shawl. There's a knit along going on for it. It's the Kinship and Friends Cal. And feel free to join in. This shawl is, it's by two folks. So it's a Stephen West and Olga Keflian. And here's, let me go. Sorry, my bookmark is in the pattern part of it, and I don't want to show that. So here's the shawl. This is the small version, which a couple people have already finished, living for the colors that people have used. And then you can sort of see in the background here, this one is the large version. So I'm doing the large, and I'm loving it. So this pattern was in the 35th issue of Pom Pom Quarterly. First time getting this magazine. I knew I wanted this. Also, the sweater on the front is amazing. And there's a few things in here that I really want to try as well. So we're doing a make along. If you would like to join in, the main, I guess, shawl that we're working on is the kinship. But if that's not your jam and you see another one of Olga or Steven's patterns, there are shawl patterns that you're into, please feel free to just pick one, jump in, join in the fun. Oh, another thing about that, you all. So, okay, the knit along is supposed to end in 2 weeks, right? On April 9th. And because of something that I'm gonna show in a minute, and because like the post is moving at a glacial speed, we'll say. I have some other piecemeal that's coming in, but it's not gonna be here by the time the 9th happens. So I'm deciding, it's my knit along, do whatever I want, that I'm just gonna extend it by 2 more weeks. Like, that's fun. It gives all of us 2 more weeks to continue working on it. So we started in Pisces, we'll go through Aries, and I don't know what's after Aries, you all, sorry. Sorry to this man, sorry to those people. So we'll go into like the next zodiac sign, which will be a lot of fun. Anyway, so the knit along now will go until, and I'll go in the Ravelry group that people have been posting to, and I'll say something over there too. We'll go until, I think 2 weeks after the 9th is April 23rd. I think that's a Friday. And so April 23rd, hopefully I'll have things, because people have been so generous in wanting to share prizes for the knit along, which I'm still just like, oh my God, what the what? So that I can get them and then show you all on the podcast and then send those out. So for those of you who are like, oh, I'm not sure I'm going to be able to finish in time, you have 2 extra weeks, so a whole nother month, which is really dope. To keep crafting and making. And if you think that you can finish something in, what is it, a little over a month, now is the time to just join in the cow. If you're on Instagram, please feel free to tag me. I love reposting and seeing what people are working on. Anyway, I'm gonna stop talking and show you what I've been doing. Okay, so here's my kinship. This has outgrown, but I love this bag, so I refuse to change it. This has outgrown my bearded pearl bag. Love this bag. I actually think they have a shop update today. So let me hurry up so I can go sit at my computer. All right, so I'm using Cloudborne Highland Twist. I got these from Webs. They were having a closeout sale, maybe. Anyway, it was super cheap, like $4.29 maybe a skein. So I got a bunch of them to do this. So this one is, oh my gosh, dark teal or something. This one in the middle is gray heather, and this yellowish goldish color, it looks like jello, is maize heather. Oh, you know what? I haven't talked about this. So you all, these skeins originally came in 50-gram skeins, and when I went to cake them up, just to save future me some time, as I was caking them up, I just rush and joined them. Like as I got to the end, I'd save a little bit, rush and join, and then wind the next, so that they were just all in bigger cakes, and I didn't have to like rejoin while I was knitting. And let me tell you, it has been amazing. If you haven't done that or tried it, highly recommend. Save yourself some time. Okay, this for sure I'm about to lose. No, I'm not. Okay, good. All right, so I'm in the last section. Let me try and spread it out so you can actually see. I'm in the last section. Nope, that's not gonna work. Here we go. Of this. And you guys, I'm so obsessed with this. So for those that, sorry, I don't mean to shout. For those that stopped short, they did 1, 2, 3 little sections, and then I went on and I'm continuing on to do the large. I love how graphic this is. I don't think I really have any makes that are this graphic. Like I have stuff that like has cool colors, I think, and like the shaping of it is really dope, but the pattern on this is just major. It's so boss. And also, I think I may have said this before, I love in a pattern when you go from 12 stitches to 1004. I think it's so funny. And not giving anything away, but like this happens a couple times, especially more toward the end. And like as I'm reading, I'm like, oh wait, oh, here we go. Like this is gonna be massive. So I'm loving how this is playing. Oh, also here's my little charm again from Whitney Marie Anderson. Isn't he so adorable? You should definitely check out her shop. Her charms are amazing. I still need to get one of those ones where she has little ladies and they have 2 little afro puffs and they're white, and when you put them in the sun they like change colors, sort of like those shirts. What were they called? Hypercolor? Is that the name of them? Late 80s, early 90s hypercolor shirts where you go outside and then they'd be a different color. Yeah, those were hot. Anyway, loving how all the colors are playing together. Really into it. I'm like so close to this being done. It's one of those ones that, like I said, I start working on it and then I'm like, shoot, this is eating up all my time because I don't want to put it down. It's just a really fun make. So this is the Kinship. Again, the cal is extended. Please feel free to join in. Another thing that I would just quickly want to touch on is, so like I got that yarn on sale, right? Like my Quake shawl is being done with Murky Depths. I made those plant holders just out of acrylic, and I feel like we need to not be yarn snobs in 2021 moving forward. Like, at least for me, like everything has its place, right? Like I don't want to use beautiful wool to be putting my plants in because like dirt's gonna get on it. But like acrylic is boss and it serves its purpose. And because I got yarn on sale, I'm here for that too. And then I wanted to splurge because I love murky depths and wanted to treat myself. So we should all be a little bit more embracing of that. Why did I bring that up? Oh, because you all, so another fun thing. This is moving into sort of the end. We're going to wrap it up here in a second. So, fun thing, yesterday, I, earlier in the year, had the opportunity to sit down with Christy Glass. What the what? And yesterday, the episode that we filmed came out. So if you, I don't know, want to check that out, please feel free to go over to Christy Glass's channel. I'll put a link down below for that too. Actually, I'll link everything down below as always, obviously. But we talked about just like yarn snobbery in the interview, and the interview was a lot of fun. There's a lot of laughing. It was great conversation. I loved meeting her and getting to talk with her for her month of Manch that she does. Really humbled experience to just like be starting this and, you know, chatting with people on Instagram, and then to be doing something like that was just like, yeah, I couldn't believe it. So that's why I bring that up. All right, last two things, you all. I'm going to try to wrap this up really quickly because I can see that this is going to be longer than probably I normally do. It's all good. All right, 2 bits of piece mail, and then we'll be done. So, like I said, we're doing the Kinship and Friends knit along, and a couple people reached out and wanted to send prize things to you all, which is really awesome. And one of the people I've received, and you all, like, whenever people, so a couple times now, people have sent me stuff, and I always get a little bit emotional, like, when I actually get the package, because I'm just like, this community, so kind. I just, like, I can't, right? Like, I think that I'm just being goofy and sitting and talking to a camera, and then some people are watching it and they're really digging it, whatever. So it's always like, I love it. It means a lot. So, I like can't even say it. Max and Vincent from Les Garçons reached out and were like, hey, we'd love to send you something for a knit-along prize. And I was like, I'm sorry, what? Okay, awesome. That, like, you guys, I can't. So I have to get my notes because I don't want to, like, everything that people are sending, I want to try not to screw it up. So here's one of the prizes that will go out. Okay, so the first thing is these 2 beautiful skeins. This is on their yak sock base, and it's 70, 20, 10. So 70 superwash merino, 20% yak, 10% nylon, and it's a fingering weight, and it's 437 yards in each skein, and this is in the colorway Lyra's Hat. Let me not mess this up. Yeah, Lyra's Hat. So from His Dark Materials, right? If you haven't read those books, go and read them. Then you should watch the show. Really great books. So 2 skeins. I like low-key want to keep these, but I'm obviously not. They're for you. So someone who's put something in the FO thread will win this. And they also sent, you guys, I'm so shook, a cute little tape measure. So it has a little bear on it. I can't even. And also the new pins that came out. One, I think the little fox is spinning, obsessed. And then the little bear is dying. Can you even? You guys. So I'm gagged. That's an amazing prize that's going to be going out. And then also, because their hearts are huge, sent over something for me just to keep for myself. And I was like, okay. And so this is the 2 that they sent me. I know people show them, and maybe is that weird? It's not weird. So this one is the the Twist DK, and it's one of the YOLO base or YOLO colors. And it's 100% superwash merino. And then this one is Carmen's Story, and it's the silk mohair. And they're in this really fun purple color. And I have no idea what these are going to be, but it's got to be something really dope. Maybe a hat? Cowl? I don't know. I got to go searching for patterns now. And some pins for me as well. So those will definitely find a home on one of my bags because that's really awesome. So big thank you to them. I'm super excited for one of you to win that. Or win those skeins and those pins for the knit along. That's really awesome. And there's some other really cool stuff coming soon as well. So I'm excited to show you all that when it comes in too. My last bit of piece mail is, sorry, I'm gonna reach, hopefully not crinkle too much. I'm gonna show you part of it. So, oh, that bag. So, like I said earlier, I celebrated my name day, and it was a very chill, low-key day. My housemates and I ordered pizza. I'm sitting in the living room, and like, if you've been following, you know, like we've been sort of like doing stuff around the house, hanging things, pictures and stuff like that, right? And I'm sitting in the living room and one of my housemates, he's like, hey, can you come help me with something really fast? And I'm like, oh yeah, sure. So I like, you know, wipe my hands off. I'm like, okay, whatever. I was like really into whatever I was watching on the TV. And he brings me into our I'm saying our craft room, but like our second bedroom space. And you guys, when I tell you the language that came out of my mouth because I was so surprised was very adult. I was completely shook and completely gagged. So the two of them sneakily got a few of my friends together and they all chipped in and bought me a spinning wheel. So this is my other bit of piece mail, is this fun fiber. I don't know what it is. It doesn't have a tag. I don't care. It's a Lindrum. I don't know how to spin. I don't know anything about it. I've watched people do it. But I was completely beside myself, and that had me really, really shook. Like, for at least an hour or two for the rest of the evening. I was just like, why would you all do that? Like, I have enough yarny, fibery crafts, and I'm actually getting hot right now just thinking about it. It was just so sweet and really kind. So, this, hopefully, I'll say in a few episodes, once I figure out what to do, we'll start turning into some fun hand spun stuff. So that's really exciting. So for you all, fortunately, unfortunately, I'll be taking you all along with me on that journey of me just figuring out how in the world do I do this. So that's really exciting. That's my last bit of news. So this podcast is now going to be 50 years long because I'm probably going to have more to show in the future. So that's good times. All right, you all, let's wrap this thing up. Last thing I want to share is my music recommendation for this week. So, I wanted to say something about music recs. Oh, I did already. I'm going to add all the songs that people said that they were living for in the Spotify playlist. So this week, rounding out name day, I'm keeping with the artist I used last week. And for so it was Prince, obviously. So this week, I'm also going to recommend a Prince album. And for other Prince fans, stans, whatever you want to call yourself, tell me if you feel the same way. So my rec this week is let's not get the ring light, is the Around the World in a Day album. I personally feel like this album is underrated. Other Prince stans, tell me what you think. I think this album's great. Let me see if I can open it up here. the cover art is amazing. I love it. And yeah, also look at this blue suit with clouds on it. Get into it. I love this album. I think it's really great. My recs from here are gonna be the title track, Around the World in a Day. Paisley Park is amazing. Also, I'm playing Animal Crossing and I love Prince, and that's the name of my island. Everyone loves Raspberry Beret. It's a total bop. And actually, I'm gonna recommend 5 things off here. So, Around the World in a Day, Paisley Park, Raspberry Beret, classic, Tambourine, and Pop Life. So basically almost the whole album. So go and check this out. Let me know what you think, especially my Prince folks out there. Let me know, do you think Around the World in a Day is underrated? I do. I feel like it's not talked about enough when we talk about our fun Prince things. Anywho, I'm looking around. I'm making sure that that's everything, and I think it is. So you all, thank you so much for hanging out with me again, whenever that may be in your day, week, month. If you're binging and you're finally at this episode, good job. So thanks again for hanging out with me for another episode and checking out all the fun things I'm working on. As always, if you want to do all that fun YouTube stuff, like, subscribe, ring the bell, that'd be really dope. Tell a friend. If you think that they would be interested in watching, let them know. Get them hooked on it. And yeah, reach out on Instagram, Ravelry. Let's keep building this peacemaker community. And until the next time, you all, don't forget, make a peace, spread some peace, peace.